everywhere you look, it tells you to live a balanced life at the moment. We're learning the value of that. If your career is successful, then it's a little easier to achieve that balance, of course. A good life is having integrity, doing the right thing, being proud of yourself. That's something I've always aimed for. Yeah, happiness is something I think we all are trying to achieve, and we have a little more rounded view of that these days to perhaps a couple of generations before us. Well, I'm a complete petrol head, so I've been racing cars for about 7 years now, and I'm slightly obsessed about that. It's, you know, when you're on the starting line and the adrenaline is pumping, it's an incredible feeling, and it's achieving my dreams. So we're there. Yeah, I'd be designing something, I'm sure, or hosting something. I think the pleasure I get most out of this industry is when you walk in the front door and it's really busy and customers are having a great time. You know, the sound of the voice, they're having a great time. The team are enjoying it. So, yeah, it's an amazing feeling. And 10 years later, you know, it doesn't go away. The moment you walk in the front door, you get that buzz. So, something that gives you the buzz. If the team around me are happy and they're motivated, you're surrounded by happy, motivated people. So that makes your life on a day-to-day basis a lot more enjoyable. Obviously, a lot of that's my responsibility. But when you have the right people around you, they find that within themselves. So, yeah, getting the right people on the bus has been my journey for the last few years, and I'm very happy to be there right now. So that's very satisfying to me. And I was running a pub at the time. I refitted the pub without telling the corporation that owned it, and it went quite well. So I thought, you know what, I'm really loving this. So I gave up the education. I remember the day I made a decision. Enough of this. I was doing it in my spare time, trying to work on my career, and I thought, you know what, this is great. So everything changed. I think if you're going to embark on having your own business, you have to be prepared to make a lot of sacrifices. It's a lot of work, a lot of time, and it's a roller coaster, and you have to be pretty much obsessed with what you're doing to get to the other side, where life starts to return to a bit of normality. But when you run your own business, I would say, whatever you're doing, there's always a small part of you that's working. 5 years ago, well, if you looked at my last 5 years, I would say your whole life is about to change. Everything you thought was going to happen consistently for the next 5 years isn't. But it's all going to be okay. Maybe get a counsellor. If you asked me that 10 years ago, I would have said feet up on the beach, cheesy cocktail in hand, but I certainly know myself better than that now. I'll always be working to some degree. It's, I love it. I enjoy it, but I would have more of the work-life balance, more time with the family. more racing cars.